Our series begins with the male lead as he is driving home, when suddenly a young girl appears in front of his car. Unable to avoid her, he accidentally hits her. Panicked, he quickly rushes her to the hospital. When she regains consciousness, he learns her name is Sean. Trying to avoid trouble, he nervously asks how much money she wants as compensation so she won't make a scene, but Sean ignores the offer, telling him that money isn't everything. Instead, she asks what time it is. When they tell her it's 8 o'clock, she panics and insists she must leave immediately. She begs him to take her home, and he agrees. Throughout the drive, she keeps staring at him. And we learn that although he is wealthy, he is also battling a serious illness that prevents him from moving freely. When she finally reaches her house, she finds her cunning stepmother, Yun, and her scheming daughter, Chia, pretending to cry and beg Shang's mother for help. Xiang immediately realizes they are manipulating her mother. Furious, she slaps Chia across the face and warns her, "I know exactly what you're planning, and I will never let you exploit my mother." She pushes them out of the house. Her mother, however, is shocked at Chiao's harsh behavior and questions her. Just then, Tia attempts to attack Z from behind, but the loyal assistant Kim intervenes in time. At that moment, the male lead appears, apologizing to Shang's mother for getting involved in their family fight, but she is stunned to see him, because he is none other than the son of the wealthiest family in China. He explains he only came because Sean had forgotten her bag in his car. Xiang thanks him and retrieves the bag, but then Yun, the manipulative stepmother, threatens to harm herself if they refuse to let her daughter stay with them, trying to emotionally blackmail them. Xiang's mother wavers, but Xiang coldly replies, "Go ahead and do whatever you want. Take your daughter and leave. Your little act actually makes our lives easier without you." Enraged, Yun records Shang's words to use as blackmail later, then storms out vowing revenge. After this, the male lead prepares to leave, but Shang runs after him to thank him for helping her. He seizes the chance to ask her age, something so unusual that even his assistant is shocked, since he has never asked such personal questions of any woman before. The male lead starts to feel Xiang is someone truly different. Xiang teases him, saying, "What? Trying to act smart already? You literally hit me with your car. If I forgive you, consider it luck." But he insists she was the one who suddenly threw herself into the road. Embarrassed, she realizes he did save her and brought her to the hospital. Blushing, she asks how she can repay him. Smiling, he hands her his business card and tells her he'll wait for her message. Later that night, he eagerly waits for her to contact him, but she ignores him completely. Just when he begins to lose hope, he receives a call, her voice saying, "If you ever need anything, just give the order and I'll do it." Her words make him happy, and his admiration for her grows. Meanwhile, Xiang overhears her parents fighting. Her father pressures her mother to let Xie move back into their home. Xiang, unable to tolerate his aggression, takes her mother's side and insists they leave the house. When her father begs them to stay, claiming they are his only family, Xiang seizes the chance and demands he sign a written promise he will never involve Xie or his second wife in their lives again. She adds one more condition, that he must allow her to train at his company, so she can become independent and support her mother. Cornered, he agrees. The next day, Shen goes straight to the company and starts working in the cafeteria. To her shock, she runs into the male lead and his assistant. There he reveals he actually works in the same company, and casually mentions that he heard she's about to get engaged to a young man named Lin. Xiang freezes, clearly hiding something, then suddenly dashes away to attend her engagement ceremony. The male lead is left upset and frustrated. At the same time, Xiang's father meets with his manipulated wife again, scolding her for acting on her own. She pretends to repent, begging for forgiveness until he relents. Then he reveals his latest plan. He intends to marry Sean off to Lin. In order to exploit her, he even teaches his wife how to act pitiful, to squeeze money from Sean, pretend to be sick, hungry, or desperate, anything to drain her wealth. Meanwhile, the male lead keeps sending Xiang messages, asking whether she truly loves Lin. But Xiang is too distracted. When she finally meets Lin, he confesses shamelessly, "From the moment I saw you for just 2 seconds, you stole my eyes and filled my heart with longing. Will you marry me?" His words, though over the top, are only meant to prove something to his family. Still, her father pushes harder, suggesting they marry by the end of the year. Our heroine finally reaches her breaking point. She decides to destroy this sham engagement with Lin herself every time he tries to get close. She plays dumb, avoids him, and acts uninterested. Then suddenly his phone rings. When he steps aside to answer, she manages to glimpse the name on the screen. Her eyes widen in shock. The scoundrel is talking to her own stepsister Tian. That can only mean one thing: he is a traitor. Enraged, she confronts him. He's confused, noticing her sudden change of attitude, but she covers it up, saying, "No, I'm just hitting you because I'm annoyed." That's all. Lin laughs it off, boasting, "I know you love me, just relax, sweetheart. I'm only human, not made of iron." But she fires back coldly, "Relax. No, I want you to act like a real man. We're only at the beginning. You're walking into dark days. My dear, now close your eyes. I've got a surprise for you." Excited, Lin trusts her. As soon as he shuts his eyes, she delivers a brutal knockout punch straight to his face. That's the surprise. She spits. She then accuses him of trying to take advantage of her. The commotion draws the whole family. They rush in to find Lin humiliated and bleeding. He scrambles to defend himself, insisting she was the one who attacked him. "She was provoking me, and then suddenly started beating me," he cries, but she silences him. "Shut up, dog. You don't even know who you're speaking to. I am more honorable than you and your entire family." Lin grows furious, accusing her of ruining his reputation. But she breaks down crying, wailing so convincingly that everyone sides with her. Lin's own father is enraged, slapping his son and forcing him to apologize to her. Burning with shame, Lin explodes. "If you did this just to break off the engagement, fine. The engagement is cancelled. Congratulations, stay with your precious family." But our heroine isn't done. Determined to catch him red-handed, she changes her clothes, disguises herself, and secretly follows him. She watches him enter a hotel and slips inside, behind him, hiding in plain sight. She trails him until he knocks on a room door. To her disgust, Chia answers, greeting him with a hug. "What took you so long?" Chia asks sweetly. Lin shrugs. "It's your crazy sister. She delayed me. This is the proof she needs." She snaps pictures of them together as evidence. Just then the male lead and his assistant, Kim, arrive and spot her lurking. Flustered, she stammers, "I'm not doing anything. What would I possibly be doing? Spying? Of course not. What about you, huh? Are you waiting for someone in this hotel too?" Male lead smirks, warning her to stay away from Lin because he's no good. She ignores the warning and walks away. Later, the male lead asks Kim to confirm who is in the room. Kim tells him Lin and his lover. Relieved, the male lead finally realizes the truth. Sean now knows everything. Lin is trash, a cheater, and unworthy of her. Surely this will end the engagement. But fate isn't kind. Despite the truth, the engagement ceremony still goes ahead. At the ceremony, Shin notices Lin hasn't arrived yet. She confronts his father, who nervously blames traffic. But she knows better. Lin is still asleep in the hotel. After his tryst with Tia, by the time he wakes up, his phone is dead and he panics, rushing toward the venue. Meanwhile, Xiang seizes the moment in front of everyone. She exposes Lin. "Your precious son is in a hotel with Tia." "Don't believe me? Here are the pictures." Gasps fill the hall as the truth is revealed. Lin's father is humiliated. Suddenly the male lead steps forward. In front of everyone, he boldly declares his intentions and officially asks for Xiang's hand in marriage. The hall erupts. Her father, seeing the wealth and power behind this proposal, immediately agrees without even asking her opinion. Furious, Sean pulls the male lead aside and confesses, "My father wants to sell me to the highest bidder. Please help me escape." But the male lead surprises her. Instead of running, he calmly says, "Take your time, think about it. I'll wait for your answer." He leads her with hope, though he secretly fears she's rejecting him because of his disability. At that very moment, Lin storms in, only to be beaten senseless by his own father. In front of everyone, Shang's father, however, keeps pressuring her. "This rich man loves you. Marry him and we'll all benefit." But Chen defiant snaps back, "You only want to exploit me. Keep dreaming. You won't get a single cent out of me." She storms out the next day at the company. Lin corners her, raging and threatening revenge. "You think you can humiliate me? You'll regret it," he snarls. But before he can hurt her, the loyal assistant Kim steps in, beating him down and leaving him in tatters. Grateful, Xian thanks them again. Later, the male lead surprises her by renting out an entire restaurant for just the two of them. She is astonished. "You're too rich for your own good," she jokes. "What do you even want from me?" He reminds her of his proposal, asking if she's thought about it. Shin hesitates. "You're from a noble family," she says softly. "Honestly, you're too good for me. I'd only bring you shame." But the male lead misunderstands her words, believing she's rejecting him because of his disability. Heartbroken, he asks bluntly if that's the reason. Sean quickly denies it, insisting it's not about that. It's about the gap between their families and their difference in age. The male lead tells her that none of the complications matter to him. What he truly wants is for her to repay him by giving him the one thing he desires, her heart. He explains that he wants to know her better and share his life with her. Meanwhile, Lin, battered, bruised, and humiliated, finds comfort in the arms of Xiang's stepsister. She tends to his wounds, and as he breaks down crying, he blames Xian for destroying his life. The stepsister, furious on his behalf and blinded by her own love for him, vows revenge. She goes to one of the local gang members, hands him Shang's photo, and orders him, "I want you to deal with her, hurt her badly if you can get rid of her." Even better, the gang shows up at Zhang's restaurant. Pretending to order food, they start mocking her, insulting her, and even laying hands on her. They keep returning, tormenting her again and again, until she finally breaks down crying in despair. For the first time, she feels truly alone, like no one can save her. Just then, her phone rings. It's the male lead. He hears her trembling voice and immediately knows something is wrong. Though she refuses to tell him, he insists she come to him. He takes her to his home, gives her medicine, cooks her a delicious meal, and even makes sure she won't catch a cold. She is stunned by his thoughtfulness. Thanking him, she tries to maintain formality, but he gently reminds her, "How many times have I told you? Stop being so formal. One day, you'll be my fiancé, and then my wife." Talk to me comfortably for the first time. She relaxes around him despite his care. Sean tells him she wants to stand on her own and solve her problems by herself. The male lead suspects something but stays silent. Secretly, he instructs his assistant, Kim, to help her from the shadows. At the same time, her father is arguing with his manipulative second wife. She demands money, reminding him of all his factories and businesses, but he confesses bitterly that everything actually belongs to Xian, and he cannot touch it. She threatens to leave him, but he warns her not to dare. Instead, he plots, "We'll find another way to trick them." Later that night, Shin hears noises from the study. To her shock, she catches her father rummaging through the office, clearly stealing something. Startled, he lies, claiming he was only reading because he couldn't sleep. Shin grows suspicious, but when she warns her mother defends him. "Don't doubt him. He treats you better than his own daughter. He's kind." Shin shakes her head. "Stay blind if you want, but one day, when he stabs you in the back, don't say I didn't warn you." The next day, the company, Shang finds a small stray kitten. Dirty and weak, she rescues it. And although the male lead is hesitant at first, she convinces him when he finally holds it. He can't resist keeping it. She's delighted and thanks him warmly. Soon after, she heads off for her new training sessions, with assistant Kim, determined to become stronger and able to defend both herself and her mother. Days pass and Sean grows tougher. At the restaurant, when the bullies return, she doesn't cry or back down. Instead, she mocks them, serving food with sharp words. "This is what's on the menu. Pay for it or get out." When one tries to grab her, she flips in and beats them both down, shocking everyone. The once timid girl has transformed into someone fierce. That night, she returns to the male lead, exhausted but alive with pride. He tends to her wounds himself, upset that she didn't tell him about the bullying. Sooner, she insists she must handle things on her own, but he stops her before she leaves. "Stay here tonight," not wanting to upset him. She agrees. He watches over her as she sleeps peacefully. The next morning, she wakes to find him beside her. Having stayed all night, he even prepares her breakfast, urging her to eat and regain her strength. Touched, she begins to realize how much she has come to admire him. Slowly, she admits to herself that they are truly right for each other. Her playful side emerges. She even teases him. Kim, watching their growing closeness, chuckles. "Should I get you to some lemonade? Honestly, I feel like a third wheel here. Show me some respect." Our heroine laughs at his words. But just then, she receives a call from her mother, who sounds worried. She tells the male lead she needs to go home quickly to check on her. He immediately offers to take her himself, but she politely refuses, thanking him and saying she can manage on her own. When she arrives, she is devastated to find her mother in tears. It turns out, her vile stepfather has transferred everything into his own name, stealing her mother's money and property. Overwhelmed with guilt, her mother apologizes to her daughter. She admits she should have listened all along, but instead she trusted a worthless, disgusting man. Sean consoles her, promising, "Don't worry, Mom. I'll get everything back for you. As long as I'm here, no one will hurt you again." Later, she visits the male lead to check on him, bringing chocolates as a small gift, but when he makes it clear he doesn't like them, and jokingly hands them off to Kim, he grows jealous. He warns her not to treat anyone else with such kindness because she belongs to him. She laughs at his possessiveness, teasing that's just Kim, but he counters, "What do you mean just Kim? He's a man, isn't he? Don't think he can fall for someone as beautiful as you." Embarrassed, she runs off, only to bump straight into her stepsister Chia. The two immediately clash, arguing and shoving each other. Kim rushes in to defend Sean, giving her the chance to put Tia in her place, mocking her and humiliating her until Tia storms off. Seething with rage, Sean, however, feels a deep sense of relief because for once, she has someone strong standing behind her. Soon after, the male lead takes Yeon to his family home. His relatives are stunned. They whisper that he has never brought a girl to the house before, and some had even begun to doubt whether he would ever marry. Sean suddenly feels self-conscious, as though she's already trapped in an engagement she hadn't agreed to, but before she can object, the male lead confidently announces that she will be his partner at the upcoming business dinner. "This is how you'll repay me," he tells her with a smile. With no choice, she reluctantly agrees, asking when it will be. "In 3 days. He replies. Meanwhile, Chang's father meets with Yeon, the scheming stepmother. She demands the signed agreement between them, because without it she has no leverage. Sean could expose everything at any time. Her father admits he's trapped and powerless. When he lashes out, Yeon breaks down in fake tears, accusing him of loving Xion and her mother more. He snaps, calling her a fool, reminding her their whole marriage was nothing but a stage act to drain money from Sean's family. She calms him down, urging him not to destroy years of scheming for nothing. Just then Tia enters, battered and filthy. Yeon immediately fusses over her daughter, demanding to know who did this. When Tia reveals was Xion, her father flies into a rage. He storms home shouting at Sean and ordering her to apologize to Tia and Yeon. Sean refuses apologize to them. "Who do you think you are? If it weren't for my mother, you'd be rotting in the streets right now. You're nothing but a dog." Infuriated, he raises his hand to strike her, but her grandmother suddenly steps in, defending Sean and exposing his corruption. She throws the truth in his face and demands a divorce, shoving the marriage contract at him. "Sign it, end this farce now." He explodes, smashing everything in sight, shouting that he will never divorce her. Xiong realizes he will never change. Determined, her grandmother files for divorce with a lawyer, but the stepfather learns of it and panics. The agreement in Xiang's possession means he could lose everything. He's even more stunned to discover that all of Xiang's shares have already been stolen under his name. Desperate, Shen seeks help from someone she believes she can trust, but he too is corrupt already, working with her stepfather to split the money between them. Xiang feels utterly betrayed. That night, walking home, Xiang senses someone following her. She looks around but sees nothing. Uneasy, she keeps walking, until suddenly a figure steps in front of her. Heart racing, she strikes first, only to realize it's Kim with the male lead beside him. Relieved, she learns the male lead had come to take her somewhere special. When our heroine arrives, she suddenly finds herself standing before a boutique filled with wedding dresses, each more beautiful than the last. Dear viewer, yes, the dresses of marriage itself. So don't forget to invite me to the wedding, because I'll surely attend. Back to the story, our male lead invites her to dinner, and she can hardly believe it. Overjoyed, she rushes to pick out a dress. When she steps out, the male lead is stunned by her beauty. As always, at the same time, Kim notices a suspicious man secretly filming them. Kim storms over, smashes the man's phone, and growls, "If I see you again, I'll break you and whoever sent you." The male lead then takes her somewhere else, where the two of them sit together at a piano. They play, laugh, and enjoy the evening for once. Both are truly happy at the end of the night. He drives her home, and she thanks him, telling him it was one of the most beautiful days she's ever had. She admits she loved the piano, and the male lead seizes the moment. "Tell me honestly, Are you starting to feel the same way about me? Embarrassed, she doesn't deny it. For the first time, she admits she loves him too. The next day, she and her mother go to the company of the man, who promised to help them recover their stolen shares. But he's nothing more than a con man. He secretly calls her stepfather, informing him that Xiang and her mother are out of the house. It's the perfect chance to search freely for the agreement hidden in the study. That document would strip him of everything if the divorce went through. Back at the company, Xiang notices something suspicious. Their meeting is deliberately delayed, and the man keeps making excuses about missing keys and lost files, while pretending to search for the papers that are already hidden in his pocket. Realizing the trap, Xiang and her mother leave angrily. His plan works. He alerts her stepfather that they are on their way home. Her stepfather, now holding the torn agreement, gloats that nothing can stop him. When Xiang and her mother arrive home, they find him waiting with a smirk. He tells them, "I've realized we're not right for each other. Let's divorce, I'm ready. Sign anytime." For a moment, Xiang's mother feels relieved, believing it's finally over. She brings out the divorce papers, but when she opens the envelope, she is horrified to find it empty. He had destroyed the real agreement. They no longer had any proof against him. Rage erupts. Xiang and her mother attack him with words. But just as the fight turns dangerous, the male lead and Kim burst in. They throw him out like a dog. The male lead warns coldly, "If you ever come near them again, I'll bury you." Grateful, Xiang's mother thanks him for always protecting them. Seizing the moment, he asks for Xiang's hand. Her mother happily agrees, and preparations for the engagement begin. By the weekend, Xiang chooses the most beautiful dress she owns. But just before leaving, Kim arrives worried. He explains that the male lead disappeared earlier that morning. After receiving a tense phone call from his father, his mood had changed drastically, and he ordered Kim to go ahead without him. Xiang is shaken, fearing something terrible may have happened. Kim tries to calm her. "Don't worry. He said he was preparing a surprise. Maybe this is his big plan." Still, hours pass. The engagement party begins, but the groom is nowhere to be seen. Xiang breaks down in tears, convinced that once again fate is cruel. That every time she tries to be happy, disaster strikes. Then suddenly, he walks in on his own 2 feet. The entire hall gasps. Yun stares in disbelief as the man she loves, once bound by illness, strides toward her. Overcome with emotion, he embraces her and confesses his love before everyone, officially proposing marriage. Dear viewer, here's the twist you didn't expect. All this time, he had been undergoing secret treatment. He hadn't told anyone, afraid to give them false hope if it failed. But at last the treatment succeeded. And on the very day of his engagement to the woman he loves, he walks again. Together they recall every memory, the sacrifices, the laughter, the tears that made them perfect for each other. She had been his strength, his reason to live, and he had been her protector, her family, her everything. She was the only one who ever loved him with his flaws, who never saw him as broken. And so he chooses her not because she pitied him, but because she was the only one who made him feel normal, loved, and worthy of happiness. They embrace, ready to begin their new life together. And with that, dear viewer, our story comes to an end. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like the video. Thanks for watching.